With another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. I am playing a EIK EGIKWM France deck G4-5 G8 game with PolkaDot, jerryblr, and Field Watchman. So, looking at this first hand, I see Mason. I'm going to have to see something else pretty good to take me off of Mason. But, no, there's nothing else that's really close to Mason. So we're going for the Freestone Room. And the other card in that pile we don't really care about because they're all kind of garbage. Wow, so two cards with pretty similar effect, Wheelbarrow Pusher and Stonehouse Builder. Both of them give you second action access to Reed Stone Food. The difference is Stonehouse Builder makes my stone rooms cheaper, whereas Wheelbarrow Pusher starves the game of Reed. We've also got Scholar Girl. Scholar Girl could be okay with Mason. Like, obviously I want to play Mason once I'm in a Stonehouse. I mean, do we count on getting Wheelbarrow Pusher or Stonehouse Builder back? And then we're doing, like, Day Labor Ox. I don't know. We could maybe try to build stone rooms. Go up to stone and then build stone rooms kind of thing. And then we've got Peat Cutter. Yeah, I like Peat Cutter a decent amount. Especially because I'm pretty sure I'm going to build 2 rooms. So, Peat Cutter, you know, instead of having to pay 6 Reed, I get to pay 4 Clay. Which 4 Clay is an action you can get. 6 Reed is an action you'll basically never get. I'm just wondering if I should take Scholar Girl here, just to speculate on it a little bit. Or I could take Stonehouse Builder and try to wheel Scholar Girl. I think the safe pick is Peat Cutter, since we're unlikely to get both Stonehouse Builder and Scholar Girl. We'll take Peat Cutter as the safe pick here. Farm School Graduate's pretty good, and I actually like it here quite a bit. Considering Peat Cutter's an okay round 1 occupation, Mason can come out late, and I'm drafting this at the right time where the rest of my cards can slot in where I need them to with Farm School Graduate. Now, Farm School Graduate's a bit weaker when I know that my opening pile had a bunch of junk, but what I get back out of the Peat Cutter pile should be okay. The only other things I'm looking at here, I could take Magician. It just gives you efficient traveling players actions. Apple Picker, probably not taking Apple Picker. Village Druid, I'm going to take Farm School Graduate here. Farm School Graduate with Mason is pretty nice. Village Druid was my invitational card. Alright, well, Riverbank Farmer. During the field phase, 1 clay from your supply on an unused farmyard space now considered used. When you use fishing, you get 2 clay. Oh, I see. So you're this like occupies spaces. Storage buyer. Whenever another player builds a stable, pay wood, do stable stuff. Crop clearer. Keep a bore on each of my unplanted field tiles. Fields with bore cannot be sown. During each breeding phase, get a clay. So I got a couple cards, 3 cards that give clay here. So I'm kind of interested in Diligent Farmer. The reason I'm interested in Diligent Farmer is Diligent Farmer can give me a free stone room, and Mason can give me a free stone room. So I can pull out a 3-room game where I focus on farming afterwards, like 4 fenced stables, 4 pastures, and 5 fields, like with any plow help, and then Diligent Farmer and Mason can give me free stone rooms. So that seems like a reasonable option. It does make Peat Cutter a bit worse, but I think I can take Diligent Farmer here. Yeah, so the question now is, what are the 3 scoring categories, right? So we're looking for plow support so that we can do like plow, grain, vegetables, or we can do stables, fields, pastures. I kind of like Horseman here with Diligent Farmer. Seems like Horseman plus Diligent Farmer, we've got a pretty good incentive to set up fenced stables. So Diligent Farmer plus Horseman is encouraging us to do that. Hunter is not bad, but Hunter is quite a bit worse with Farm School Graduate when I can't use it to steal animals. I like Horseman here. So I'm feeling a lot better about my Farm School Graduate after picking up Horseman. So you know what? Scholar Girl is funny because it dodges Farm School Graduate's problem. Barn, yeah, Barn. It's a fantastic card and it works really well with a lot of strategies. So Scholar Girl is funny because it lets me dodge the Farm School Graduate requirement. It lets me play an Auk at any time. Now, the thing about that is if I'm going to play Farm School Graduate, I should just time out my Auks with Farm School Graduate, right? The other thing I could do is I could think of a card like Beastmaster here. Like with Farm School Graduate, you're looking for bonus point cards at the end of the game. And Beastmaster is a bonus point at the end of the game card. I think Scholar Girl is enough better that if we see something like, if we open Clay Pit or Quarry or whatever, that we would consider playing Scholar Girl here. And the last pick, well, we don't have to play Peat Cutter. We could play Village Druid. Village Druid does pay for our Farm School Graduate Auks. The problem is it comes a little slow. Scholar Girl get around Farm School Graduate? Yeah, because Farm School Graduate just says you can't use occupation spaces. So it doesn't say I can't go on day labor and play an Auk, for example. Yeah, I like Magician a decent amount, and Magician is not a bad option for getting grain as one of my categories. But grain is like, if you're gonna max grain, you may as well. You're probably just as likely to max fields. So then that's like I'm really giving myself 4 categories with Horseman and Horseman, probably pastures, and then grain and fields. So it's I kind of like Village Druid here. It just pays for all my occupations, and I'm gonna want to play 7 of them. Well, and then we see Grain Elevator. So with Grain Elevator, we could potentially max grain with only 2 actions. So that looks like a great pick here. Let's read the other cards, though. Irrigation Trench, Clay. Oh, I think your Irrigation Trench is quite good. The ability to get extra goods on those fields. So Irrigation Trench is something that helps me max grain. You only need 2 fields, so 2 grain. You're getting 4 on each. That's 8. Yeah, well, for example, Homework is another example, Joe, that gets around Farm School Graduate. Yeah, it's not an occupation action on an action space. Yeah. Like Scholar Girl is like an extra bonus to the day labor action. That's the way you can look at it. Mark one of the following. Whenever I use the marked action space, receive 1 food afterwards. Nah, okay. Guildmaster's Bank. Improvement, convert building, no. Paperwork, play an Auk, you get a read. It's okay, not great. I think I'm taking Grain Elevator here. I like Goose Pond, but Grain Elevator is going to hopefully let me max my grain, get 4 points from grain with 2 or 3 actions. There is Apple Picker out there, so the Apple Picker does nail my Grain Elevator. But I don't know for sure that it's coming out. And even if it does, if we can take 3 grain twice, or even 3 grain once and then sow 3 grain, that works. So the hope is 2 freestone rooms. The other thing I'm thinking is if we can get any day labor combos, that would be nice, because Scholar Girl does give us 2, like if we forego the improvement action from Reno, then we can get 2 food with Scholar Girl. I don't even know that I'm going to play Scholar Girl, though. If I can play Mason and Diligent Farmer with Farm School Graduate, I'm going to be happy enough. And I'm not locked in on maxing pastures and stables yet. I think with horsemen it probably makes it a good option. Like, the thing is, horseman plus village druid can get me a decent amount of sheep, but I'm gonna end up needing to eat the sheep. Average Joe 40, tier 1 sub. Hey, thank you so much. Enjoy spamming the well, Joe. Glad you're enjoying the stream. There you go. Yeah, we'll throw out some big chest puffs in the chat for Joe there. All right. All right. Meat Zong. 1 board of food during the field phase of the harvest. You get a grain. So the funny thing about this is we could set up horsemen to get us a boar every harvest, and then it can also give grain if we are trying to get a lot of grain. I mean, Shears is a day labor combo card, but I don't need to take it here. We're probably going to wheel it. Weekly market, again, similar thing where if we have a whole lot of grain, it lets us also potentially max vegetables. I've really been hoping to see a plow. Not seeing any plows yet kind of hurts, but hopefully we get a plow from the next one. Yeah, this is not the most exciting pick. Supply exchange might help me reno, but I'm going to need a lot of wood this game, I think, if I am going to try to make horsemen work. Shears does give food on the day labor space, which is something. Am I taking Shears and then hoping for weekly market back? That feels bad. Meat Zong feels kind of bad in a game where we know that what's the card? We know that Wheelbarrow Pusher is out there, which makes Meat Zong harder. Why do those look weird? Are they reversed? Are they flipped, Mariska? Oh, they are. They are flipped. Huh. That's weird. I mean, I can take Meat Zong. Meat Zong with Horseman seems like an interesting option with a cooking hearth. Well, it's really coming down. It's raining today, so great day for streaming. Scapegoat sucks. It seems like it's only good if you're going to use the first part of the text. Yeah, I mean, I'm not planning to day labor a bunch of times. I'll just take Meat Zong. Sure. I do have Peat Cutter as well, so... Alright. Window. So window should be 3 clay for 3 points. But sometimes getting window in play before your first room is awkward. Renovation proposal. Renovation proposal is not a bad option since we do want to get up to a stone house and we maybe don't care about the major improvement action. Breeder's Market is sort of interesting. With Breeder's Market, we could try to set up something with horsemen. I mean, Ram is a way to get... Ram is a way to get more sheep, although it doesn't count as a sheep itself. I haven't really got there on the... Like, I could do a decent clay action and try to make window worth some points. Breeder's Market to get breeding pairs fairly easily, like Horseman giving certain animals and Village Druid giving animals. Breeder's Market could be okay. The thing is, I think that it makes my food costs like quite high this game because like with Farm School Graduate and hopefully growing my family a couple times. I do like Breeder's Market here though. Maybe it's just what I should take. Because like we do set up breeding pairs ridiculously easily with Breeder's Market, especially before they even come out. Breeder's Market plus Horseman can do some really silly stuff. And we hope we wouldn't mind renovation proposal window. Honestly, any of these cards coming back are okay. We just don't want ladder. Any of the other 5, we're okay with any of the other 5, I think. Oh man, alms basket. So speaking of maxing grain, speaking of maxing grain, I think it's like I don't know how the modifying an emote works exactly. You'll have to ask Maruska about that. Yeah, I think I normally like Textile Guild. I think this is not a Textile Guild game. I wonder if this is an alms basket game. The way I usually like to play alms basket is round 7 for 6th grade. Is if we wheel weekly market, alms basket plus weekly market seems decent. Especially as a way, like, we wouldn't need to sow that many times to actually get there for Diligent Farmer. No plows is very unfortunate, but I think I'm taking alms basket here. I think alms basket just turns on Diligent Farmer on its own. Like, if we let's imagine a game where we only play Diligent Farmer and Mason. You know, alms basket like might almost single-handedly turn on Diligent Farmer. And definitely taking Irrigation Trench here. Yeah, I think Irrigation Trench is pretty good. So really, really good incentive for me to plow like 2 fields in the early game. And we did get weekly market back. Alright, so I think the plan is alms basket for 6 grain. Weekly market takes me down to 3 grain but 2 vegetables. So then if I irrigation trench 1 vegetable, 1 grain, and sow 1 extra grain, that only requires 3 fields. That maxes us on grain and vegetables. So then if we fence 15, there's our 3 categories. And definitely taking renovation proposal. We're very happy to get renovation actions that don't cost us anything. And yeah, we could go for animals like later in the game, but I think alms basket trumps farm school graduate here. 6 grain. Oh, I got it backwards. I was thinking 2 for every 2. No, it's 1 for every 2. You're right. It's 1 for every 2. I mean, alms basket is still pretty solid. You're right, it's only 3 grain. So that means I do want to plow probably 2 fields early. Makes my grade elevator a little worse, but why did I think alms basket was 2 grain? I thought alms basket was 6th grade. I don't know why I thought that way. 2 grain every 2 rounds. No, it's 1 grain every 2 rounds. I could do farm school graduate round 7, yes, and I don't need to play 7 occupations. I can play 5 occupations with this hand, and if I want to play 7, I can play farm school graduate and still use Scholar Girl to cheat out an extra oc. The only downside of a late farm school graduate is renovation proposal. I would ideally like to be playing renovation proposal in stage 2 so that I get a free reno action like in round 12, but renovation proposal might come a little late. The other thing is renovation proposal does let me like do 2 renos for the price of 1, sort of, because it lets me go on reno to clay, play renovation proposal, and then immediately spend a bunch of food to go up to stone right away. So if I have really, really good feeding, then that's something that I could do. So we started in 4th. Yeah, I'm going to last action plow, I think. So hopefully we get 3 wood into plow. PolkaDot, might 3 wood, might expensive oc. I mean, I could start out with a 2 clay into the fireplace again. I did that last game. Or I don't play Farm School, Graduate, and Druid. Yeah. Yep, so I have some options here. I don't really want to play an Auk. I'm going to go for the first fireplace right away. Did this last game as well, and it didn't turn out all that well, but... I don't need that much read, though, this game, Maruska, right? Peat Cutter covers me, or I only need 4, because I only need enough for 1 room and 2 renos, which is not that much. jerryblr took Hill Cultivator, so I'm guessing jerryblr probably has... might have taken Apple Picker as well. So that really nails my Grain Elevator, if he has both those cards, because he's going to hit the grain space a couple times. But, I mean, Grain Elevator, even if it's for 3 grain, is still pretty good. PolkaDot, start player working gloves. So I could take the 2 wood here, or I could let Polka give me Reedstone food or 4 wood. I'm happy with either of those. I think I'll just throw out the fireplace here. And we're hoping to see sheep come earlier rather than later. So my second action could be 3 wood. If 3 wood's not available, I'll probably just plow a field. And Apple Picker for jerryblr. So yeah, he's going to take second move grain a bunch. But I have to say, jerryblr second action grain, Field Watchman second action wheelbarrow pusher. We might sit in second for a long time, which is good. Sit in second for no work. I'd be quite happy about that. It's really coming down. Getting a lot of rain today. It's been a funny summer. Normally May's really rainy, but it was not that nice this year. It was pretty cold. And we're getting the rainy season at the beginning of August instead. PolkaDot's really gone for wood. I wonder if PolkaDot's doing something with... what could he be doing? Something with Benefactor. Could be doing something with... what else? Looking at Twitch, it seems Agricola is more popular than Terra Mystica. Well, Armsved, I would say that there is more of a streaming community for Agricola than Terra Mystica. Yeah, we're a pretty tight community though. Because there's not that many players on the site. We're a fairly tight community. Resource lender with wheelbarrow pusher. Interesting. Sometimes for small games, there's like one big streamer, and so the numbers look weird when the streamer is on or without. Does it work wheelbarrow pusher with lender? I think it does, yeah. Second move, I could take the 4 clay here. I don't mind clay for irrigation trench. The clay could potentially go into something with peat cutter. Or I could plow again, but 4 clay is a pretty decent action. Take the 4 clay here. Just shows you how niche board game streaming is when it's like, oh, the big guy gets 30 viewers. Well, the top streamers on Twitch are like 3,000 plus. It's a pretty niche community. So I'm guessing PolkaDot will read stone food, so we're going to get 4 wood here. And then second action could be probably plow. Second move plow, most likely. Oh, speedrunning's a, you know what, speedrunning though, like they're raising like millions of dollars every time they have a GDQ, you know. The biggest streamers have huge numbers, yes. We need to make the board game. We're gonna make the board games category great. We're gonna bring it up. We're gonna make it huge. So jerryblr needs to pick up another food, most likely, unless he eats a raw grain. He might build the clay oven. Field watchman needs a wood action. PolkaDot's got total control over the build room space, but I mean, that's what happens when you get to sit first all stage, and then we've got wheelbarrow pusher sucking all the read out of the game. I could plow here. I could take 4 food fishing. Maybe just plow again is okay. I could start player. I could start player grain elevator here. I don't have that many good miners, so I think I'm going to plow so that I do have the option of irrigation trench when it eventually comes out. jerryblr does build the clay oven. Your points are score plus average time per move. Is PolkaDot gonna let me get on Reedstone food? PolkaDot can first move Reedstone food here and have a lot of control over the build room space. Not to mention the well. Also, there's 3 sheep and 2 5 food actions on the board. So a late family growth game. PolkaDot's lady in waiting would be pretty happy. PolkaDot did let us get Reedstone food, so this is good. PolkaDot's building just because Bard could get taken, which would let Field Watchman build first. So Field Watchman like start players to get on the family growth space or on the build room space, that would be annoying. But if we continue having no one start playering, then that's pretty decent. I think we'll see Field Watchman take wood, because it looks like with the 4 read already and Resource Dealer, I'm definitely thinking try to double build as Field Watchman, especially because you've got 5 wood already. A 3 wood action gets you to 8, and then 1 more wood from Bard maybe. Like, you're pretty close to that double build. Maybe as a 4 wood Ock we haven't seen or something like that. Jerry going for the 3 wood. I wonder what Jerry's got planned. I guess it is an okay action. It's not the best move on the board. The 5 clay and the 5 food I would rank better. Oh, also I never fed my family. I should probably do that. Field Watchman gets the 5 clay. PolkaDot gets the fishing. Alright, I think I'm taking the sheep here. I don't really want to trigger Bard. And I don't want to open myself up to Field Watchman stealing the... If Field Watchman builds the Cooking Hearth second action, I'd be forced to first move sheep instead of building. So, I don't want to let Field Watchman put me in that position. Yeah, so if we can, like, if Family Growth flips round 6, we should be able to first action round 7, grow, play Alms Basket, second action Farm School Graduate. That would be an okay option. Yeah. I think we're probably, I don't know if we're doing anything with Horsemen. I can decide on that later. I think it's unlikely we're going to build any stables on our first build a room action. Because I'm going to first action build next round. Nope, Field Watchman is going to start player. Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. Well, Family Growth doesn't flip till round 7, so... I mean, that's good. It's bad for, really bad for Field Watchman. Sorry, accidentally moved my peep to start player. What? What? How do you accidentally move your peep to start player? What? What happened there? Oh, he said he took read. And there is only 1 read on the board. Okay, that was weird. He initially was thinking about start player. That's very weird. Very weird. I guess he didn't announce like a minor or anything, so... PolkaDot start player paperwork. I'm going to build first move here. It's a little unfortunate. I'd really like to be able to pick up the 4 wood, but this just means I don't want to risk not being able to grow second. I think there's no sense in taking that risk. So I think the plan is start player first move round 7, play Alms Basket. Second move, Occupation Farm School Graduate. Farm School Graduate plays Village Druid in the round 7 harvest. And then I do have enough food to do that right now. And then my Ox are all paid for the rest of the game, which is good. So second move could be 6 food here, could be 6 clay. Triggering Bard is a little annoying, but Field Watchman is last in the growth queue in a late family growth game, so I mean, and it gives me a ton of food. Between the first sheep grab and the 6 food, that would be a ton of food. And then on family growth round 8, I'd play... I could play Breeder's Market, or I could play Irrigation Trench. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the 6 food here. 6 food is a lot of food. Field Watchman building the Basket Maker's Workshop. He's really hoarded all the read in the game, to put it mildly. The thing is, I could play... I'm thinking about Irrigation Trench. I could play Breeder's Market on Family Growth round 8. If I think I'm going to get to the build... If I'm going to get to a fence action shortly afterwards, that's a good option. But Irrigation Trench... Irrigation Trench lets me sow 2 grain, get 8 grain, and then I'd have 9 grain total. And then, you know, Weekly Market becomes a pretty good option, I think. Ooh, Supply Exchange. I don't mind Supply Exchange at all, not in a game like this. So I really want to play Alms Basket. So I could first move 6 wood here, and then second move Stable Block. I mean, I could... 6 wood is great. Passing on 6 wood is pretty significant. Oh, man. I give up on Alms Basket if I take 6 wood here. Well, not necessarily. I could play Alms Basket round 8 on Family Growth. No one can start player jump. Well, I mean, jerryblr could start player, but then, of course, Field Watchman beats me there. I think I can take the 6 wood here. It is possible that I get screwed by jerryblr here, but if I do get screwed by jerryblr, I can just rage quit. I won't rage quit, but I could rage at jerryblr if that happens. And now I am in a position to build stables as well, so. Alright, jerryblr builds, so second action, start player Alms Basket. And then, yeah, definitely Irrigation Trench because I can't play anything else. Unless I want to play Supply Exchange, but I think probably not. Just Irrigation Trench on Family Growth would be fine. Is jerryblr going to take the sheep with this second move? Whenever you see 2 stables, you got to think about that happening. Ooh, Field Watchman's... This is start player Fruit Tree, it looks like. Could be very bad if PolkaDot had a way to, I don't know, do something, but alright, I don't need to start player anymore. I could play Farm School Graduate and give up on Alms Basket, but Alms Basket still seems good. So we can just take a decent action here. We could take 3 wood or Reedstone Food. Or we could plow again. Plowing again lets us triple sow. If we plow one more time, then we can triple sow round 9. Which gets me up to 11 grain. Now the problem with triple sowing means that in order to get maxed vegetables, I would need to plow twice more. But maybe I can work on that instead of fencing. Plowing pushes me towards my diligent farmer. Well, so what I'm wondering, Sid, is I'm wondering what are my categories going to be? Are they going to be plow, grain, pastures? Or are they going to be plow, grain? If it's going to be plow, it's probably grain and vegetables, right? I think I'll plow. Feed 4. Grain, plow, fencing. The thing is, if I'm at 5 fields, it's probably going to be veggies, right? Which means that's another 2 build-a-room actions away. Well, I could do like grain. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If it's going to be 5 fields, then it probably makes sense to go for veggies, right? Before the fencing. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, plow aggressively. Yeah. And I need to get up to stone, of course, as well for my diligent farmer. Grow and plow, take a veg and sow in 9. I like the idea of plowing twice more, but I think with weekly market, and I'm gonna have 11, like, cause I'm gonna play. Oh, I'm not gonna play irrigation trench. I'm playing alms basket here. I thought if I was playing irrigation trench, then that would be good, but I'll play alms basket here. Twisted Archer says, what is this site? What does je? No, this is Play-agricola.com. Yeah, thanks, Sid. I need a site command. I need to remind myself to do that. It's sort of like, it simulates the tabletop experience more than What does je, where you have to do a lot of more stuff for yourself. But, yeah. It's a site totally dedicated to Agricola. More people, I would say there are very dedicated players on Play-Agricola, but What does je has a higher user base, like across all of their games, of course. jerryblr coffee break. That triggers PolkaDot's Hill Bandit. Play live, yes. Yeah, Play-Agricola is like pretty much is exclusively live. What does je is more for asynchronous play. Yes, that's a good analysis. Field watchman building the cooking hearth, so I have to think about the sheep. Yeah, I agree with everything Sid said. I probably need 2 reedstone food. I'm wondering about this 3 reed here. It's meat song plus 2 renos. The problem is then how am I picking up my 3rd stone? I do need a 3rd stone. I mean, I could take 3 stone and think about stone oven. Yeah, the stone oven's a pretty good option for me. I think I will plow for now, though. I like the idea of getting 3 grains sown here, because then I can resow them in round 14. Yeah, and the nice thing about this site also is because you have a dedicated community. We're very involved in playtesting of new cards. So, you know, if you've played a bunch of games and you're getting a little tired of EIK or you're getting a little tired of the A and B deck, you have options to expand your card pool, which is, for me, it's one of the best aspects of it. Like, it's one of the best replayability aspects for this game. It's the reason I'm still playing it, you know, 11, 12 years after I initially learned the game. PolkaDot playing Pilferer. I'm not really sure about this card. Not really sure about Pilferer. It's a food for a resource 3 times, and then you get the occupation action back. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you have an end of the game bonus point card. Yep, there'll be a good amount of learning, Archer. There's some streamers other than myself that you can check out, and also have a YouTube channel. So there's lots of content to learn how to lots of content to pick up. So I think I'm playing Farm School Graduate with this move. I'm wondering if so is contested at all. I'm looking at jerryblr here and wondering, is jerryblr going to second action so bake? If jerryblr is going to second action so bake, then that affects what I want to do. With Steamer here, though, I wonder if he's just going to use Steamer. He might steam a sheep, especially because he can't breed them. He can't do anything with the bred animal. I think I'm going to Farm School Graduate here. Yeah, so I like vegetable into sow with my last 2 moves, and then the next mini goal is getting up to a stone house so that I can expand with. My goal is to be playing Diligent Farmer in round 11 for a free stone house, or sorry, free stone room, and then probably Mason in round 13. So I'll play Village Druid with this action. Or with this Farm School Graduate action, I should say. Why bother with FSG? Let's play Village Druid. And the timing on Diligent Farmer and Mason is a little weird, so I think it's okay. And it does let me do stuff like play Horseman in round 14. It does put a timer on Diligent Farmer. You're right about that. Absolutely. Feed 6. I'll eat a sheep and play Village Druid. I think I should be okay, because jerryblr and Field Watchman are still engaged in the family growth queue. I guess jerryblr is not anymore, but PolkaDot is. Although PolkaDot, yeah, you know what, PolkaDot does have to start player to get ahead of Field Watchman, so I think we're okay. I think we're going to get some pretty high quality actions. The other thing is, Diligent Farmer doesn't have to get a stone room. It could get a clay room, and that would be fine. So I am tempted by this 4 wood. So if I got 4 wood and 3 wood, then I could fence 12. You know what? Even with 4 wood, I can fence 12, and I don't mind taking. Yeah, I like the idea of fencing 12 here. And then 1 more field. There we go. There's Diligent Farmer. I don't need to hit grain. Yeah, especially if I'm going to cover 2 more spaces with rooms, then I only have 1 empty space after getting to 5 fields. So I think that's okay. And I'm going to get one of the pairs of animals, so. I just need to plan for first action plow. Yeah, exactly. I think fence 12 is fine. So first action plow. So my round 11 is first move plow. Second move reed and then reno. I could reno stone oven baking 1. Field Watchman plays Stone Piler. Stone Piler is pretty decent with wheelbarrow pusher and resource lender. Stone Bookcase. Whenever you use a stone accumulation space, pay a food to play an Auk. Yeah, fun combo for Field Watchman. If PolkaDot doesn't build a cooking hearth here, which I don't think he will, I don't have to take animals this round. I could take animals next round. So that means I can read stone food with this move. And that sets up my stone oven. So then my 3 moves next round are plow, take animals, reno. Reno stone oven. Yeah, I like that. I wheel one of the animal actions though, right, Sid? Because jerryblr and PolkaDot don't interact with the animals. jerryblr technically can, but he's not going to. Polka's gonna first action family growth, right? I want both animal grabs. I don't think I can afford both animal grabs. Not if I want to reno. I like reno stone oven here. Snowman. Pile from bottom to top during the field phase of the harvest. Veg, stone, stone, wood, wood. Costs 3 reed. Because reed is white and snow is white. That's funny. So, jerryblr start player Costermonger's Barrow, that's fine. So, Field Watchman is going to take one of the piles of animals, I'm pretty sure. Well, you know what, he doesn't really need food. He has 6 food plus BMW. He might take 3 stone here. Since the stone is like a 6 wood action for him. Stone reno might be tricky if I build the oven here. You're right. Yep. Is there some other? Is there something else you'd recommend? Like I could don't really want to play Breeders' Market. I could play Weekly Market. Not sure how I feed without the oven. Yeah, well, exactly. I think I need the oven here. Take 2 stone aggressively. I'm going to need 3 stone, right? Because I'm going to have a 4-room house with Diligent Farmer. Hearth. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. I have a fireplace, not a hearth. Yeah, hearth instead and eat a veggie. That's not a bad option. Because then I'm 1 reedstone food action away from renovating to a stone house. Let's see if anyone grabs this 3 stone. Maybe if the 3 stone is a low priority move, then it could be okay. But it's hard to imagine that being the case with Stone Oven and the well available. Yeah, I like the hearth upgrade idea. Yeah, I think... Yeah, because if I stone oven here, I need 4 stone. So I need a reedstone food action and the 3 stone action, which is a lot to ask for. Or 2 reedstone food actions and 1 3 stone action, which is a lot when I only have 3 family members at the moment. Ooh, Animal Breeder. Animal Breeder is quite good. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. Yeah, I like the hearth upgrade here. I was wondering if maybe there's value in playing, Weekly Market, because Weekly Market also satisfies Diligent Farmer. I mean, renovation proposals, I don't really have the food for it right now. So I like the hearth upgrade. We're going to need to add a guest. Who's our guest? Do we have a farm school graduate guest? No, we don't. We'll just add a regular guest. Sure. I haven't been a regular guest in a while. Maybe I'll be a late sleeper since I'm graduated from school. I get to sleep in late now. Silly game. Trying to make me spend for a fireplace upgrade. Yeah, and I do still have irrigation trench as an option. Irrigation trench plus sowing 1 vegetable almost maxes vegetables on its own. So there is a decent amount of reno pressure. You're right, because Field Watchman for sure wants to get to a stone house. Yep. jerryblr builds the well. HIKLJ was on top of it. I was not. jerryblr says sheep walks. I'm kind of surprised by that. Not going to steam a vegetable? I'm quite surprised by that. He could definitely steam a vegetable. So I pay 2 food to play Diligent Farmer. It gets me a free clay room. I'm satisfying fields, pastures, and grain. And then to feed, I eat a boar and a vegetable. Yeah, looks good. Wonder what Polka has for fencing or plow support? Well, hay rake, right? Not to mention he's going to get a 6 wood action here, I think. He has 5 family members with Lady in Waiting. Yeah. Actually, does Field Watchman first action family growth? Since I'm threatening family growth? Yeah, he probably does. Yeah. Scapegoat. So I think Polka will 6 wood, so then we could take 2 cattle here. I'm very happy with 2 cattle. The other thing I could do is start player to set up plow sow. I'll take the 2 cattle. I'm quite happy with the 2 cattle. 2 cattle, Reedstone Food, Reno. Yep, agreed. Agreed. The one thing I'm lacking on is animal capacity. I'm not going to be able to hold all my sheep. Like, I'm not going to be able to hold my breeding pair of sheep, so I'm going to have to be eating animals. So I guess we're probably just going to end with 1 sheep, 3 boar, 4 cattle, unless we build some stables. There is wood available to build stables, but I think PolkaDot's picking up 4 wood here. Yes, he is definitely picking up 4 wood here. I'm getting rid of this Lady in Waiting marker. I do kind of lack improvement points. Yes, you're right about that. Ten wood in 1 round can do good things. Yeah, yeah, to put it mildly. I mean, Polka has been in a pretty good seeding position because jerryblr and Field Watchman have not really start playered very much. Especially not in the first 2 stages. First 2 stages, yeah. Renowalk start player is decent. Start player into plow sow. Field Watchman playing Swineherd. I think I'm just going to Reno. I'll Reno Irrigation Trench, I guess. Doesn't really matter too much. I could Reno Weekly Market, I guess. But I kind of like saving Weekly Market. I don't want to pass passing miners around too early. So we're in stone, and yeah, I think I'll just play Irrigation Trench. I'm definitely going to want 1 more sow action at least. Plow sow is much better in 14. Well, you know what? I like sow bake. I like sow bake and baking a couple grain. Because I'm going to end the game with too much grain. Putting Polka in last is very good. Yes, I agree. Because PolkaDot looks like my biggest competition right now. Since Field Watchman hasn't shown any way of plowing. jerryblr is not in a bad spot, but jerryblr kind of lacks, like, he lacks family members and action, and his house is kind of ugly. So I think PolkaDot's my biggest opponent here. PolkaDot is lacking on animal points though, but I guess that's our advantage. That's what makes up for our lack of improvement points against PolkaDot. Alright, jerryblr plow sows, not family growth. So field watchman might family growth. Yes, he does. Let's see what PolkaDot does here. Polka might start player in this position. But if he doesn't start player, I will start player. I can start player weekly market, although it doesn't really matter. Whoa. Polka resigning himself to only one more field. Huh. I'm kind of surprised by that. Kind of surprised by that. Some good late game miners, yes. I definitely drafted for early stuff to do. Too many veggies? You're right. I took 3 veggies when I was only supposed to take 2. Good catch. So I can eat 1 vegetable this harvest, and then I'm going to sow 2 next harvest. I'll sow some grain, and I can eat some raw grain, and I can eat my boar, because yeah, I'm not going to have enough animal capacity to get up to 5 boar. Not while also doing stuff with cattle. Alright, this move, I could take reed to enable meat zong. I could take wood to enable supply exchange, but supply exchange just enables meat zong, so it doesn't really do too much. Could play breeder's market with my miner, and then breeder's market. Then I'd be looking to build stables in the last round. Take the sheep. Yeah, sheep's okay as well. I think I have enough food. But yeah, taking away a 3-point action from PolkaDot is appealing. The thing is, PolkaDot is not going to... Well, PolkaDot has hay rake. Is PolkaDot going to hay rake this round or next round? I guess probably next round. Yeah, I like the sheep. I'm going to have way too much food, but that's okay. So yeah, I can feed the sheep. Pay from village druid pays for my mason. Then I can eat a vegetable, and then my boar and cattle breed. And then if I do get more animal capacity, then my boar and cattle can breed again. 6 wood into stables. Well, I'm gonna plow sow first, right? I think I have to plow sow first move, and I think the 6 wood might wheel. Because these guys are going to be... yeah, I think I need to plow sow first move, right? Yeah, 6 wood into stables is a later action. Yes, agreed. You're right about that. Family growth. Add my guest token. Play breeder's market here. plow, sow, 6 wood, grow stables. Yep. Yep. I can buy myself 2 points worth of sheep instead of 1, and I have horsemen as well. Yep. So the stables are actually like pretty massive. The stables are pretty massive if I can get there. But the 6 wood is gone. If we can get 4 wood though. Maid's basket. Get some a grain, I suppose. The downside of horsemen is that you can't choose to get a worse animal. You have, like, if you have 2 stables, 2 fenced stables, you have to take a boar, for example, which is unfortunate. Oh, not yet. PolkaDot's got to go first. I think it could be, what could it be coming from PolkaDot? Try to think, what were the late game point cards we saw? It was really just Beastmaster. It could be something like Constable. It could be something like, if his first 3 picks were Constable, Lady in Waiting, Hill Bandit, maybe. Crop Clearer here. Is this the Pilferer Rock? 1 boar in each of your unplanted fields. Get a clay for each boar in a field. Well, Crop Clearer is not all that exciting. If that's his remaining occupation, then I'm in a good spot. I don't think so. Yeah, I think if he wouldn't be playing Crop Clearer if he had something better to play. But I guess he's going to run out of stuff to do in round 14. So what does Crop Clearer let him do? It's not planted, but it's not empty. How is snow? I guess I think, how is snowman not planted? You're even getting crops out of snowman. It might be planted if we just ignore the name. But the thing is, we need to resolve this because PolkaDot's going to change his action. PolkaDot will change his action depending on whether how much clay he gets. It's not a planted field? You don't think so? I mean, you literally pile the resources on the field and you get one of them. Like, let's ignore the name Snowman. A miner that said... The only reason that we think that it's not planted is because of the name Snowman. And we're like, well, snowmans can't be planted. Okay. Field Watchman says it's good. Alright, so we play Mason, getting a stone room, and then we're feeding 5 food and a vegetable. And harvest. Breed. So. I think the fact that... Does Trench give food as well? Wow, you do receive food. Thanks, Sid. Yeah, Trench seems really good. I think Trench is really good. I mean, it's difficult to trigger Trench twice, but if you do, it's just so many crops. I mean, I only triggered it once this game, I suppose. But once is enough, like... This is funny fencing from jerryblr. Atypical fencing. So if PolkaDot wants to go after me, he should take the 4 wood here. But if I get the 4 wood, stables should wheel. The build room space should wheel. So, okay, I can eat 2 vegetables, and I have 12, 14 grain. So 2 vegetables plus... Oh, you know what? I paid too much food last harvest. I fed 8 when I only needed to feed 7. Not that it matters, I have so much food. Field Watchman build stables. What? I wish I could block his fence action in retaliation. I guess he only needs defense 4 to fill up the rest of his farm. That feels bad. Oh, that feels really bad. That's going to be like 2 points. That's going to be a bunch of points. Okay, I need to find something to do with my last move here. So I guess I take something that enables family growth. I'll take Basket Maker's Workshop 5 read. Sure. Love taking the read there, send a message. The problem is it never gets through to anyone. I wish it did, but it does not. How many green for alms basket? I got 3. I have 8. I played it in round 8 on family growth. Yeah, PolkaDot's really beating me on improvement points, so I don't know. So Field Watchman did a 2-point stable action instead of taking 3 points read. So breed that, harvest, get rid of some amount of food, doesn't really matter. Can play Horseman just for fun. Alright, here's my final farm. So whatever I score plus 1. 49. Probably not enough to beat Polka. Well, maybe. I don't know. Polka's only showing 36 here, which seems low. 49 might be enough to take this game. It might just be enough this game. We'll see. Polka's showing 40. Might just be enough. Fields Watchman scores 38. jerryblr 44. So we've got those two beat. So the only question is PolkaDot. Yeah, the game was quite good. We got to go second for a long time, which was good. Really good for us. 2 free rooms, pretty good. So PolkaSense is 46. So 46, 49, 44, 38. GG. Yeah, getting second family growth in around 7 family growth game was good. For no plows in the game, a strategy that encouraged me to plow early was very good. Diligent plus Mason was a great combo. Yep. Yep, the alms basket was quite good. Yeah, I mean, ultimately my occupations didn't end up being that good. Like, Horseman did nothing. It could have done something in round 14. Peat Cutter didn't do anything. Scholar Girl didn't do anything, and was never going to do anything. So the Ox were pretty weak. So, yeah, but it was a good game. I mean, PolkaDot killed me in July, so nice to get a win against PolkaDot. Yeah, especially because we started. What was our round 4? Our round 1 was 2 clay into the fireplace, which is oof. That could be a rough round 1, especially with sheep not coming till round 3. But fortunately, there was enough food in the game that we were okay. And I have way too much food. I could have eaten a boar. I could have eaten 2 boar, and I could have eaten a bunch of grain. And I had so much food. Alright, we're going to do another game, guys. I'm going to run a quick ad break, take a little bit of a break, and we'll hop into the next game. Oh, it looks like they're firing up another one. Yeah, it might. It's with Wallfly. Looks like it might already be filled. Alright, we're probably going to have to host the game. So we'll see you guys in a bit.